Good morning, everybody. Dr. Fisher here. So today, what I wanted to do was work with you through whatever your stress is today. I got plenty of my own. For those of you who follow the stock market, that's happening today. And, as I was trying to process my own stress, recognize and be aware of, and re-regulate myself, I thought, you know what? There's probably some other people out there who are also struggling this morning. So I thought of you guys. And I figured, as I'm going through this process, I'm going to go ahead and share one of the things that I do. And I was reminded how powerful this was the other day when we had an office meeting. We did it at the very beginning of it. So shout out to you, Tim. Thanks for reminding me about this. So what we're going to do, for those of you who have glasses, we're going to take those off. And we're going to think about whatever your stress is. Okay? So for me, it's the stock market this morning. It's pretty much always business for those of you who are entrepreneurs. The things I'm learning about, my kids, state of the affairs of the world, just family, and odds and ends of things. So today, you go ahead and pick whatever your stressor is of the morning, whatever is the flavor saver of the day. Okay, and what you're going to do is I'm going to have you put it in a statement while we're kind of going through this process, and I'm going to just give you a quick overview of what that's going to look like. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands and you're going to take like the knife hand, like karate chop, ha-cha, and you're going to go like this. You're going to tap both knife hands. See if you can see that. Okay, knife hands. You're going to tap. This is some Chinese energy meridian work as well as emotional work. So you're going to tap and you're going to say, even though I have whatever stress this is, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay? And as you're tapping, then you're going to top of your head, you're going to tap right here in the middle, whatever the stress is. You're going to repeat it. Whatever the stress is on the in part of your eyebrow. Whatever the stress is on the outer part of your eyebrow. Whatever the stress is on your lower part of your eyebrow. Underneath your nose, chin, right here on your chest, and underneath your armpit. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and literally do this in front of y'all's. And I want you to do it with me. Pick whatever topic you want to pick, okay? And I promise you what will happen is oftentimes there are emotions that overwhelm us, right? We're either not aware of them or they're just too much. And we haven't had the time or the skill set to be able to break those emotions down. So this morning, you're going to get to see me process my stress related to specifically the stock market, because that's really one of the ones that's really dragging me down from an emotional standpoint. And it's putting me into a fixed mindset of fear and terror and feeling like I'm not enough. And there's probably one or two other ones in there too, but I can't get to them. So this is how we're going to start. Sighs really do help, actually. There's some science behind that. Even though I feel like an idiot for how I've been interacting with the stock market, I deeply and completely accept myself. Feel like an idiot. I'm screwed. I'm hurting. I'm totally afraid. I'm in complete and total terror with the stock market. Okay? And then you just repeat it as many times as you need. This is a very simple process, but it works. Okay? It's like you're giving yourself a mini acupuncture session. So if you've never had one of those. So now I'm going to check back in and see where I'm at. Okay? Okay. Even though I'm terrified of how this is going to affect me, I deeply and completely accept myself. Terrified, 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 terrified. And what you'll notice is in your mind, on the landscape of your mind, the stage of your mind, at least this is how it works for me, as I hold space for the event or the thing or the emotion or whatever that energetic quality of whatever it is, usually what I see is it starts to shift, right? The picture will shift, the colors will change, the experience will change. And as that happens, you're moving in the right direction. So you just keep chopping it up, keep processing it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish this because might as well. This is what I need in order to be able to, get myself back into the growth mindset this morning and to be able to be in a good place, right? So I'm going to check and see. I can see in my mind, I see the gap between the fixed mindset, the terror, and the the emotional resistance I have to be in that successful mindset, that growth mentality, the ability to lean into the unknown, not there right now. So I can see I have a gap between there and where I'm going. So I can only see as far as my one step, right? That's too big. It just totally overwhelms me. So I'm going to check in and see what my next step is, right? So I feel like an idiot. So I'm going to be kind to myself. Even though I feel like an idiot, putting money in the stock market, I deeply and completely accept myself. I don't feel like an idiot, complete and total idiot. And mind you, I'm just doing this, just vulnerable, raw. This is just what comes to my mind here. Okay. So still a variation of the idiot piece, even though I feel like I'm not a complete idiot, but an idiot nonetheless. An uneducated idiot, even though that seems like an oxymoron. For those of you who know me, that's just what it feels like, right? So I feel, even though I feel like an uneducated idiot, I completely and totally accept myself. Love and accept myself. An uneducated idiot. Okay, now it shifts and changes as we go along. You'll notice I'm changing my words. Definitely still an idiot in a different context. Now it's more mild, okay? But I feel like I should do one more. Even though I still feel like an idiot with all the other, not all of the other ones, even though I feel like an idiot with some of the other financial choices and decisions I've made in the last little while, I completely and totally accept myself. Idiot with finances. Uneducated person with finances. Uneducated with finances. Unintelligent. So now I'm going to jump into this one. Even though I feel unintelligent this morning, which is again that's the next step for me, right? These are all the little things that are in that overwhelm bubble. Okay, so even though I feel overwhelmed that I'm doing this in front of everybody else, I deeply and completely accept myself. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed that other people are seeing this. I'm completely and totally overwhelmed that other people might be seeing this. Even though I'm overwhelmed that I'm doing this in a vulnerable place, I deeply and completely accept myself. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. Okay, so one more with the money stress of the morning, and that's probably going to be good for today. It's just a general stress. Even though I'm super stressed today, I deeply and completely accept myself. Super stressed, super stressed, super stressed, super stressed, super stressed, super stressed. We're going to call that good. So, you can do that at home. Just follow along. Do just what I did. All right, you got to be aware of it. The art of regulation, this is one of the things I teach people. Art of regulation. Awareness, regulation, and then a new target. So if you see what I did, you go back and watch what I did. I was aware, overwhelmed. I was aware of the overwhelm. Okay? And so work with the overwhelm. Break it up in little small pieces. There were different parts and pieces of the emotions. And as I broke down the little parts and pieces of the emotions, helped me process it. Took the weight off. Let go of the extra weight around my ankle or shoulders or whatever. So you can do this in the comfort of your own home. All right. If there's something specific that you guys have a desire for me to go through and process, especially if it's specific to me and I can go through and show you guys what that looks like, please feel free to comment below. Love your comments. What do you think about my processing today? I'll be honest, guys, that was straight raw stuff. That is how I felt this morning. All right, this is Dr. Fisher signing out.